christiangeekcentral.com.
Alright, I'm going to use this now for my timer, so that I don't have dumb things happen with the other thing. Ooh, I do not have much wiggle room.
We need wiggle room
for leaning back away from my phone, because I'm running Discord for us through my phone.
I see.
Let's see here. Okay. So
Am I using these?
I am. If you are a patron at patreon.com/spiritblade productions, you should be able to get over to the Insider voice chat. No matter what tier you're on, I'm in the Insider voice chat for any patrons that want to be there. And I think this is working now. Your voice
don't hear anything.
Your voice will be. Well, no one's in there with us right now. Francisco's just popped in. It looks like.
Shouldn't I hear you?
No. Francisco, do you hear?
I can hear you guys.
Yeah, you hear him?
Very loud, yeah.
Okay, great. I can turn that down a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's fine.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, cool. So hopefully that will be loud enough. I'll turn that up just to make sure it's nice and strong. And of course, anybody that jumps into the Insider voice chat will also be heard in the stream. And I'll still be looking at the chat, like the text chat. So my intent is not to neglect anybody in the text chat. But, alright, hey, and there's Adam as well. In from Australia.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you going?
Doing pretty good. Kren, Adam is the writer you were talking to earlier.
Okay.
You know.
Nice to meet you, Adam.
I don't.
Yes, you too.
I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear us because my phone isn't as close to me as I usually keep it when I'm chatting with you guys.
Because of the speaker? Am I messing that up?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's. I just usually I usually put it on this with like some books
Do you want
on
that?
it. That might actually be handy if we can
I don't need it.
make it work somehow. Just to get it a little bit closer and in front of us.
I mean, I hear you guys totally just fine, so I'm having no issues hearing you guys, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Alright, sorry.
I hear us coming through the feed.
Oh, yeah. That's probably because somebody's not using headphones. That's what we're hearing. We're hearing a little bit of echo from our own voice. At the very least, you want to make sure that the stream, if you're watching the stream, that the volume for that is turned all the way down. Because that's on like a 15-second delay or something. Alright. So, I'm going to start up some Ghost Recon Breakpoint. What time of day is it for you, Adam? I'm curious.
It is currently 6 p.m. and I'm just cooking some dinner for my family as we talk.
Nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's 6 p.m. on Sunday, right?
So, yeah, 6 p.m. Sunday, right?
Yes. Yeah, 6 p.m. Sunday night.
Weird.
From the future.
From the future.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I'm feeling pretty good at this point.
Awesome.
Yeah. We'll see how...
Did you finish all your photo shoot stuff, Corinne?
No. My computer keeps crashing, which is really annoying. But
No.
it'll all get done eventually.
Hmm.
That's why I'm still here. If I was finished, I would still be here. I love you, Peter, but not that much.
Yeah. I'm surprised I was able to play... Francisco put in the chat earlier, great job on Mr. Planker. Is that his
Yes.
name then, Mr. Planker?
I think Tim named him that, and I like that. So
All right, that works.
It's just like, oh, no, I can't think of it. On Castaway. Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah.
yes, Wilson, exactly.
Yeah.
He needed a face.
So now this is the game that is like Fortnite more than the Greedfall was. This is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Ray McCann says 2:05 a.m. here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. My God.
Man, Ray, good job. Stand up to watch this.
Wow. That's intense. Tell me that you normally work nights. Tim O'Donnell, I know, is up now because he works nights. And I think is maybe still on his shift? I can't remember how long ago you said your 13-hour shift was starting. Oh, man. I'm so sad. I think I probably do need to be cutting myself off now from my goodies. It's very
Isn't
sad.
that what the medicine is for? So you can keep eating the goodies?
Well, it's not about fighting heartburn at this point. It's about, like, I don't know what it'll do to me to keep eating throughout the whole night. Do you think it could cause nausea or something? Or
I don't know. When I worked night shift, I ate through the whole night.
did you?
Yeah.
And you were good?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to.
why did you have?
It's like being up during the day. You're just eating your normal intervals, I would think.
Yeah.
Why did you have to?
To have energy.
Okay. Well, maybe I should keep eating.
I mean, I was working. I wasn't sitting and playing video games.
Hey, this is serious stuff. This takes a lot of focus.
My wife's a nurse, and when she used to work night shifts, she would. Originally, she used to eat lots of junk food during the shift, but that really messed with her. So she learned over time that she just needed to eat normal food, just at unusual times.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it might be more what you're choosing to eat. It's like drinking alcohol. You gotta eat food with it. So if you're gonna have
Okay.
junk food, have real food too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I have bananas, and I was gonna get an apple. What? I was gonna get an apple and slice it up. Maybe I'll do that in a
This
little
is
bit.
very realistic. No, now it's not.
Now it's not. What tipped you off? What made it not realistic all of a sudden?
Skin and faces.
Oh yeah, but like when from back here for a
Yeah.
second, it was looking kind of
Yeah.
realistic. Yeah. Yeah, it's better than those cartoony Fortnite things.
Yeah.
Have you ever given a Battle Royale a try, Peter?
No. I know better. I know myself better. Let's see. Okay, nobody say anything for a second here. Okay, now you can say things again.
Things again.
Stopping and restarting my recording. Wanted to make sure that I didn't miss any moments of brilliance from Francisco or Adam.
Oh yeah, filled with those that just waking up.
So, Francisco, are you on the same time thing that I'm on?
yeah, it's 12:09 for me.
Okay. Well, you're up late. Don't you have stuff to do tomorrow?
Yes, I do, but I wanted to hang out for a little bit, so I went to sleep for a little bit, set my alarm so I could wake up, and I figured I'd be on for like half hour or so.
Aw, cool. Well, thank you, man.
Yeah,
Let's see.
you're welcome.
This Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I think this is, I played Wildlands pretty late at night last year, and I think these Ubisoft games can be good for late night stuff, because there's not a lot of, like, menu stuff and thinking that I gotta do. It's very kind of moment to moment, trying to be sneaky, and then things go south, and you just let all the guns go nuts, and it just works.
Now, I think Tim has the right idea that maybe you should, if someone donates seriously to your extra life, you should play a Battle Royale game next year. I think that's...
Well, if I don't need PlayStation Plus, and it's a free-to-play game, then that is definitely a possibility.
Well, a lot of the Battle Royales are free to play on PC. I don't know about playing on PlayStation. To play online in general, do you need PlayStation Plus, or is that only certain games?
I've been surprised. It's certain games.
Oh, okay.
And I've been surprised that, like, a number of even, like, online-only games, like MMOs and stuff, if you're not teaming up with other people. I think that's the thing, though, if you're not teaming up with other people, which a Battle Royale is, of necessity, interacting with other players, and so I think for that I probably would need a PlayStation Plus subscription, but I could look into it. It might be, since Fortnite is so huge, that they're just like, no, hey, listen, don't worry about it, and they're just content to take a cut of the cosmetics that you purchase, on there or something. I don't know. But I can see that possible scenario.
Yes. Well, if you do that about Royale, I would actually suggest Realm Royale, which is almost, it's more of like a fantasy setting.
Yes.
Like it's not so much knights and stuff, but there's like 4 classes: mage, assassin, warrior, and hunter. And so you pick one of those 4. And then they have certain abilities based on that class, but there's still like guns and stuff in it. There are some like mage staffs, but the weapons you want, in my opinion, are guns.
Okay.
But I feel like, I don't know, there's something about the tone and the overall feel of the game that I feel is very, I don't know, noob friendly, but you can become advanced in it. And there's this one component when you lose all your life, you become a chicken, and you have to, like, you're balking as you're trying to find survive long enough to respawn back as a person. And it's just really cute and fun and lighthearted. So Realm Royale is the one I would suggest if you try one.
Okay.
Not a sponsorship for Realm Royale at all.
All right. So I think I've been here before, but not for a quest. Now I got to clear this out as a quest. Oh, there's a sniper. Want to get rid of those snipers. Gotta get rid of those snipers.
I thought that was a yawn.
I had a question about...
It was a yawn. There was some yawn components in there. You have a question?
Yeah, so wasn't there supposed to be like a Terminator DLC for Wildlands at some point, or was that a while ago? And
there was a Predator one for Wildlands. There was a Terminator one coming for Breakpoint, and it might be coming.
Oh, that's what it is.
It might be coming as early as December, and it is, I think, a tie-in to the Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm very interested. I mean, I think that kind of event in Breakpoint gets us one step closer to my dream of a Ubisoft-made open-world Terminator game where you play as the Terminator. Mm-hmm. Not because I think it would spin off its own game, but just Ubisoft having that relationship with the IP rights holders of Terminator, establishing a connection. Maybe they would work together in the future, and I would love that. Ugh.
Now, would you play like as a bad Terminator hunting down other players, or would you be like a good Terminator versus bad Terminators?
Bad Terminator hunting down NPC targets.
Okay.
That's the way I would want to play. Or a good Terminator. I mean, you can do whatever you want. They can come up with some story to facilitate either kind of experience you want to have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What? Who sees me?
My dinner's cooked now, so I'm going to go eat some food with my kids for a little while, and I'm going to come back and hang out in a little while.
Okay, awesome. Have a good dinner, Adam. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, Adam.
Yep.
And it looks like Reed's on, too.
Oh. You there, Reed?
So,
All right, we'll see how well the signal is.
Yep, I can hear you.
Hangs in there, right? Oh, look at that guy. That was pretty close.
Okay. What time is it there, Reed?
it's 3:17 p.m.
Okay.
Oh, man, PM. I'm jealous.
Where?
He's in China.
Right?
Oh.
He's the guy that teaches English as a second language.
Now I remember.
Who? Where? No, you see nothing.
Nice. Nice headshot.
Let's see here. Yeah, you're getting the delayed picture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Are you all this dramatic when you play games too, or is this just my brother?
It depends on the game for me. It can I can get really sucked into it, but sometimes I'm like ambivalent. It's just something I'm doing.
Here's something I'm curious about. Do you find yourself, your emotional state, changing at all depending on whether you're streaming or not? Like how emotionally invested you are in a game, or maybe how verbal you are?
I'm definitely more verbal because I'm trying to. I essentially sort of treat streams as a podcast where I'm trying to have. I like to think that like I'm trying to make essentially something that could be background noise if someone wants it to be, because that's what I enjoy in streams. That I just hear someone talking and give their commentary. I don't necessarily need to be watching what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like I'm making dinner or I'm working and it's not really convenient for me to be watching, but to be able to hear them and just have a voice going is nice.
Yeah.
So I try to do that. So I'm more vocal. If I'm more energized, I definitely will amp up. Like I'll play up on the emotions I feel. Like if something frustrating in the game happens, I'll be, oh my gosh, what that happened?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
whereas if I was playing on my own, I'd be frustrated, but I wouldn't like vocalize it probably.
Yep. I think I'm probably the same way. So you're still being yourself. You're still being you. You're just like telegraphing what you're feeling a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yes. I'm also way better when I'm streaming. It's just amazing. My skills just come to life.
When you're not streaming?
No, when I am streaming,
when you are streaming.
I'm that good. Yeah, I'm not lying right now at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need to practice Cuphead off stream to be able to be good on stream. Not at all. No.
Have you beat Cuphead?
No, I'm playing. That's during my Saturday morning streams when I play that.
Okay.
I finally beat this dragon boss, which apparently is notorious for. I don't know if it's the boss that most players to the game sort of stop at, and that's why it's notorious.
Okay.
But I finally beat it, and now I'm just sort of continuing on. But yeah, I don't know how far I'm. Oh, actually, I'm over 50% done with the game from the percentage meter that tells you. But I'm having so much fun with that game, even though it's really hard. I don't know why I'm having so much fun with it, but I am.
That's cool. I mean, aesthetically, and just conceptually, I'm fascinated by that game. But
Absolutely, yeah.
I just with my temperament and sorry skills, I know I shouldn't touch it. But man, give me a Ubisoft game. That's my bread and butter.
Have you played any of Assassin's Creed during the stream yet?
Not this stream. We'll see if I do. I don't know. I mean, I leaned on that a lot at last year's Extra Life. And maybe partially for that reason I don't feel really drawn to it, but partially also just because I played a lot of it kind of leading up to the release of Breakpoint and Greedfall and Outer Worlds. I was kind of thinking for a little while there, maybe I could finish, Assassin's Creed Odyssey before this avalanche of games comes. And so, in the last 2 months, I've spent a good amount of time on that game, and so I'm not burned out on it, but I've definitely had my fill. I don't feel like an itch in particular to play it necessarily. Although I might still get into it because it does, even next to other Ubisoft games, it does offer something that's a little bit unique. You know, it offers more of the stealth experience that's like going up and this is going to sound really weird, but you know, hey, you're stabbing people from behind more often than you are shooting them quietly with a gun from afar. And sometimes I like to stab people quietly. You know?
Sure.
Oh crap.
Have you ever watched The Professional with I forget what his name is? It's
Like Leon the Professional?
Yeah.
That had Natalie Portman in it?
Natalie Portman. Yes, that one.
It's been a long time. Yes, I have seen it, but it's been a long time.
Okay. I just recall in that one, like the progression is you shoot someone from afar with a sniper rifle. That's like assassination level 1, like noob level.
Yeah.
But then you work your way up to be able to like knife them from behind, and that's like the highest
okay.
level. So you're just a very experienced assassin because you prefer that. It's great. I don't really know what to say, but
man, we're not speaking of assassins, but you brought up Leon. I remember that he uses a sniper rifle. So speaking of sniper rifles, I like a good, military movie that has a sniper in it as like a significant character or, a significant part of the plot. I think since getting into Ubisoft games, I've started to kind of be drawn to that a little bit. And there is a great Amazon movie called The Wall, which is all about a sniper that's basically pinned down, and he's got another sniper. He's pinned down by a sniper. And so it's kind of like two snipers trying to survive against each other.
oh, cool.
And it's like just a brilliant design because it can be made on such a small budget. But
Sure, yeah.
It doesn't feel cheap, and it's so tense, and so when I play a game like this, it kind of makes me want to watch The Wall again. But I'm going to get my Tom Clancy itch scratched, as I've mentioned many times throughout this marathon, by
Jack Ryan.
some Season 2 of Jack Ryan.
That's funny. Me and my wife Christy started Jack Ryan Season 1, and we liked it. It's a bit too intense for her, so we can only watch that at certain times.
Sure, yeah.
Otherwise, though I really liked your idea of watching halfway point to halfway point.
Oh, yes.
So you don't get sucked in. I thought,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's a really good idea.
Oh, man, unintentional crotch shot again. They really seem to... You'll see when it comes around, Francisco. They really seem to kind of like auto-assist me right to the crotch.
I don't know if either of you have ever watched the YouTube. It's like a short movie-ette called Kung Fury, like Kung Fu, but Kung Fury.
Oh, I know I've heard of it. I can't remember if I've seen it.
There's a crotch. I just saw it. Well, so there's a character in it. It's like a guilty pleasure for me. I don't know why I enjoy it so much. There's so many F-bombs in it. There's no sex in it, which is I like, but lots of violence, just and over the top like cartoon violence, I would say.
Okay.
But I R-rated cartoon violence, but it's live action. Anyway, there's a character in there that's perpetually shooting people in the crotch. That's like all he aims for.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if I've seen that movie because for some reason that's vaguely familiar to me. I don't know. Maybe I just... Maybe it's just easy for me to imagine people getting shot in the crotch.
Yeah. I love what Tim said. That's a t-shirt. Aim assist to the crotch.
Aim assist to the crotch. Oh, man.
Oh, but speaking of movies, I was curious, and this is for you too, Corinne. If you were going to cast like the three main leads of Chrono Trigger for a Chrono Trigger movie, who would you put as Chrono? And I honestly forget the girl with the glasses and then the girl that gets sucked into time that you have to go find. I forget what their names are.
Luca is the smart girl.
I always called her Bridget when I was young.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't know what her real name is.
I can't remember what the blonde princess's name is. I don't know, because I feel like you'd have to cast them as young actors, and I don't really...
Okay, well, here. So it would be, you couldn't make this movie, but, so take actors you like, and cast them as their younger selves. Let's say like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
You could cast a young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
So who would you cast in like that?
Now you're making it easier for the old people.
Who are you calling old?
Me and Francisco. Not you, of course. I don't even know.
I have 2 years to 40. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I don't even know how old you are, Francisco. Yeah.
Man, I don't really know a lot of actors. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I don't know that Corinne's a huge movie buff, really.
Okay. What nurses or doctors would you cast in the role of Chrono and Luca?
I don't think you're going to know any of the nurses and doctors.
That's great.
There's this really famous neonatal nurse that would be great for Luca. It's just perfect.
No, and I've been watching some weird English movies lately, so...
Okay, that was a thigh shot, not quite in the crotch.
Some weird Englishman? Corinne, is that what you said?
Like English movies, and they're not even really
Oh.
English movies, but they're just all English actors, like About Time and Love Rosie.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those, though. I feel like I've heard the name About Time.
I would definitely recommend that. If you like movies that combine science fiction with drama, where the main draw is the drama, but there's a major sci-fi component.
Yeah.
Like, say, The Time Traveler's Wife. That's a movie that's about the romance and the drama, but it's hugely also about time travel. About
Gotcha.
Time is similar. It's the way it's marketed. I'm having deja vu. Did we just talk about this?
We did. 'Cause
Okay.
I was like, did you review About Time on the podcast?
I might have mentioned it,
It
but
was a while ago. It's it's been out for a couple of years now,
I
right?
don't think I've reviewed it, but I could be wrong. I might have mentioned it around Valentine's Day or something. But basically,
It's not a Valentine's movie, though.
no, I know. But when I mention some movies for Valentine's Day, it's more about movies that your wife will want to watch, or your significant other will want to watch with you. You know. So the marketing, if you look at the cover of the Blu-ray case, it's going to look like Another Time Traveler's Wife, like a romance, because it's got Rachel McAdams and the male lead on the cover. But really, there is some romance in it. But more than that, it's a father-son drama. A beautiful father-son drama.
Cool.
It's really good.
God of War, the movie. Nice.
God of War the movie? Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, but
but that's cool. Okay.
It's a good... If I'm remembering it correctly, it's a good father-son relationship. It's not one that has angst, the usual kind of angst and bad relationship that there's really love buried under the surface. That's usually what they do with father-son drama, that kind of thing, where they have a father and son reconcile who have had a rough relationship. This is, if I remember correctly, a father and son who had a good relationship, and it just kind of goes deeper, and their understanding grows deeper. And
I mean, I think you are pulling more father-son out of it. than the average person.
probably, because I'm a sucker
when I'm looking
for.
back at the theme of the movie, it is not centered around the father-son relationship. If you look at the theme,
Well,
which I
maybe.
don't want to give any spoilers.
All right, well, maybe.
Tell you where to
I
find
think-
out. Many thanks.
I think
stranger.
you like it for that element because it personally affected you in that way.
Yes, okay, that's fair.
But there's more to it than that.
Okay.
But I would 100% agree that it's not as much of a romance film as it was kind of marketed to be.
Okay, cool. So, Tim, are you saying Eric Bana for Chrono or for someone else?
Oh, and it is Marley. Thank you, Tim. Marley
Oh,
is the name of the
yeah.
blonde gal.
Oh, okay.
Princess Nadia. Yep.
Okay, so this location is clear. Is there like a quest I can get to? I don't want to go to quests. It's going to be too late for quests. I could do that and visit locations on the way. Let's do that. What's this? I've been there. I've gotten the things. Now, let's go here.
I can't picture anyone with the hair that.
Well, I think they'd have to wear a wig, yeah, but
I think that's what is like my hang up. I can't picture anyone pulling off that wig.
For Chrono.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
Wild.
It's pretty nuts. Some of those hairstyles in JRPGs, they work for me when it's cartoony sprites, but then I'll see people cosplay as those characters and they do like a real live action version of the hair, and I'm like, that's nuts. That's weird. That's weird, you know. So yeah. I'm probably in that camp too. But if they were to take that style and try to transplant it into like a real world setting, kind of like how they adapt superhero costumes for live action movies. They add seams and buckles and they make them more grounded. You know, it's not just simple spandex. But I still don't know who would play Chrono. I mean, like, I can maybe think of some redheaded actresses or some actresses that I would like say, oh yeah, them as a redhead. But like, I can't think of any like redheaded male actresses. I feel like that's a trait that is not really a thing. Maybe is that not seen as attractive in the same way that like red hair is on female actresses?
I don't know, but there are such a thing as wigs, guys. They can wear
I
wigs, you know.
understand.
The only red-haired actor I can really honestly think of is the actor who played I can't even think of his name. You played the Harry Potter game earlier, but the one who plays
That's
the friend.
Guy. That's the same guy. Oh, Ron Weasley.
Ron, yes, exactly.
But the guy in About Time is one of the Weasley brothers.
Okay.
He's also the guy in that like Peter Rabbit movie or whatever. I don't know. I never saw it. What else is
So yeah, those are the only red-haired actors I can think of.
Yeah. The Weasley family.
Yeah, but I mean, at best they're kind of like comic relief. Well, I mean, he does get some dramatic moments now and then, but he's largely a comic relief character. I'm trying to think of like a suave, heroic. Not that Chrono is necessarily suave and heroic. I don't know, but it's really interesting. That's a really interesting question,
I
Francisco.
do feel like if you're gonna have a red-haired character, I mean, people with red hair have certain complexions, so you can't just have anyone playing a red-haired character.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna tend to maybe
that
have
pale, freckly look to them.
Yeah.
And so they probably will be redhead naturally a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, here we go, guys. David Caruso. It's time to pull the Chrono trigger.
Who is he?
Yeah, he's from CSI Miami.
Oh,
He's the
man.
main guy from CSI. That's why I was doing that little joke there.
Okay.
Ooh, Ron Howard, guys. Opie. I just pulled up a list of red-haired actors. That's why I'm going through.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Oh, Chuck Norris. Yes. Though I didn't really think he was red-haired.
I
but
don't
suppose.
think of him as red hair.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, usually when I see like a red-haired actor, especially one that has like the freckles and the pale complexion, they usually, like the last one I saw of that type was playing like a jerk. You know, like a jerk at school. It's I mean, now that it's on my mind, it's like, and probably now as you're looking at that list, it's suddenly really striking how, you want to talk about representation, how underrepresented the male redhead is in American cinema.
Yeah, come on. Give us more gingers, guys. Sheesh.
Our pastor. I would cast Kyle Fox for that role.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's not. Is he like a strawberry blonde? Is that kind of what does he have going on?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But he's got some of that complexion.
And he's kind of got the goofiness that
Yes.
could pull it off.
Yeah. Our pastor, when he was on staff as like a intern or youth pastor or something, he for Halloween was Napoleon Dynamite. And he was perfect.
Yes.
Like perfect in that role.
Whatever happened to that actor?
I don't know.
Can we pick him for Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, let's pick him. There we go. We got it. Napoleon Dynamite. That's our Chrono.
Done. Casted.
And then I think people will be more comfortable with him dying, maybe.
Oh.
What? He dies?
No.
Okay.
There's the option. To leave
Yeah,
him
there's
dead.
the option, yeah.
And I never could
Oh.
do that option. So,
Yeah,
never
with,
died
with,
on my watch.
with the multiple endings, you have the option of allowing
Gotcha.
him to die.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And it would be like Clue the movie, except there'd be like 12 different endings. So you have to travel to like 12 different parts of the United States to see all the different endings.
I don't think it was that bad that you had to go to different parts of the U.S. to see all the endings, but
Was it really?
yes.
It wasn't? I thought it was like you really had to travel
I don't
to see
think
the
so. I mean-
endings of Clue.
I was like a really small kid when that came out, so I don't know for sure, but I thought you just had to go to different theaters or something. Maybe it was.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, this is looking really steep.
John Heater. Thank you, Tim. Yes, John Heater is the
Yeah,
point.
okay. Okay. Eric Bana was the actor in Time Traveler's Wife. Okay, I see you're clarifying now. Oh, what is this complex? She's doing some glitch walking there. That's fine, as long as she doesn't fall. You're okay. You got this, lady. Yeah, just groove with it. Just boogie while you go. Okay. I gotta find a quiet spot to nestle down. Send up the drone.
Corinne, did you ever? I tried to put in chat, and maybe I just missed it, but did you ever say what your favorite mythical creature was?
Oh, no.
Was that a question you submitted?
No, it wasn't.
Hard for me
No.
to say. I'm more of a science fiction person. So
Okay, what's your favorite spaceship? Like in.
She doesn't like
I
spaceships.
don't do
Oh my gosh.
space as much. I'm more of like time travel and near future and
What's your favorite time machine?
I like the time turner in Harry Potter, which
Oh yeah, yeah.
kind of lame, but I actually have that on my Christmas list this year. A time
Oh,
turner
cool.
list.
Oh man, I was like, you know that.
I know it's not real. That's the new later.
You're a big Harry Potter fan. I know that too. So
Yeah,
Just
no.
gotta-
You know, I'm less of a Harry Potter fan than I used to be
Oh yeah.
as I read more. I'm trying to think if there's another one that I like better. I don't feel like time travel's really done well often. So
Well, can you think of a movie or? I mean, I probably wouldn't have read a book that you may recommend, but is there one that sticks out that is like, oh man, time travel was done really well in this property?
I know what you're gonna say.
oh, do you?
I know what you're gonna say.
Which one?
It's that one independent one.
Yeah.
That
I don't remember what it's called though.
where they basically
The one where they
put
go in the
they make a little
boxes?
box. They put people in a box.
Yeah,
And they get in the box and they.
I just saw that in the last couple of years for
And
the
it
first
like
time. I
is
never talked
really
about.
brainy and hard to understand.
It's not brainy and hard to understand. What are you talking about? Are we talking about the same thing?
Maybe not.
Where they relive the same thing over and over and over?
I don't know. What movie are you thinking of, Francisco?
I'm trying to look it up. I can't remember.
recommended it for you to watch with Holly's dad. And so you added it to your list.
We're
It
probably
was
not
on
thinking of the same
Netflix.
movie then. We're probably not thinking of
What
the
are
same
you thinking of? Tell me. What you're thinking.
I can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember the
The
name of it.
Time Traveler's Wife. That's what it is.
That's the one.
One thing I did like about the Time Traveler.
Is it Darren Aronofsky movie?
No, it's not a Darren Aronofsky movie. It's actually directed or written, I think, by a Christian artist's brother.
I like closed time loops. I like it when they can't change time.
Yeah. And this movie, I think they can change time. But yeah, I like that better too.
Yeah. It is much trickier to write that, though. It's very confusing. And when you write a closed time loop, it's difficult to still provide tension and suspense.
Yeah.
And that's what makes those hard. Yeah.
Well, I think the way that I think some people get away with it is you don't understand until the end of the movie that time could never be changed. You know what I mean? Like, you give the characters a sense of hope that, like, maybe they could change it. And then there's a revelation at the end that, like, oh, this was always going to happen anyway. There was no avoiding it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, the way I tried to make it still, like, provide unknown elements is that, like, the known past can't be changed, but it almost seems like the elements that you aren't aware of can be changed, even though they can't. You just don't know how it happened. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so. I think I'm following you.
Or, like, you don't know how, like, the effects of something happened, so I'm not explaining it well. It is midnight.
That's right. I'm gonna just make sure you can be heard.
So Tim guessed the one I was thinking of, which was Primer. Was that what you were thinking of?
That's the one I was thinking of. Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No. You telling me I'd like it then?
I don't know that you would, especially since you like closed time loops, as you call them. And this one does not have that and is also really heady if you want to try and understand it. I think you can. It's like
art. Sorry.
I also think I read somewhere that the script was written specifically to not have any exposition. Like, it was by design written in a style where, like, all exposition is deleted. So you are just expected, as an audience member, to figure out what's going on in scenes over and over and over again. Okay. And they have it all in their heads how it all works, but you as an audience member get no help in the form of exposition ever, you know?
I liked the movie Arq, A-R-Q.
Is that the one we watched together? It was like
It's not known at all.
It's a little indie.
It's a Netflix original thing.
I think it was all right, didn't I?
And like the whole thing was filmed in like one room, and so you can tell it's low budget.
Yeah.
But it was just like they kept reliving the same day over and over, and they were trying to do it correctly and to escape. Like, yeah, and it's just interesting, like how it all plays out in the end. So
yeah.
So do you like Edge of Tomorrow or Groundhog's Day, Corinne?
I like both of those. I like Edge of Tomorrow better. I'm more into the action than the humor. Mm-hmm. Edge of Tomorrow, I mean, nothing in that was possible, but I loved it.
Yeah, that's one I want to rewatch.
The thing that drove me nuts about that movie is that he always wakes up. Like, what is it? I'm trying to remember. So they're all preparing to go into this war the next day. And so, but he wakes up the day before that. It's like he always goes back 2 days, not just one. Mm. And they made it sound like when you die, you go back to when you woke up the day before.
Huh.
I don't know. It just seems like you should go back to that same day, not 2 days. I don't know.
Oh, I guess I sort of assumed that the film was just cutting to a different point. Like, you always assume he goes back to the same point, but it just shows you later on because it assumes he started at that point. Maybe I'm misremembering
like
it, though.
He starts at that one point where he wakes up on the whatever training grounds. But then they all go out to war, and they're flying out in the night. And then they all go out to war in the day. So it's like 18 hours.
I don't remember that. Oh, weird.
So it seems like that was kind of a flaw, but there's a lot of flaws I could point out.
What? There's not a perfect movie? Oh my gosh.
Makes me angry. I really like Emily Blunt.
Yes, she is good in that.
I just rented Mary Poppins, but I haven't watched it yet because even though it's Emily Blunt, I just don't think I'm going to like it.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hope you do. I did not like it.
But you know what else I didn't like that she was in? That stupid movie.
And I like Emily Blunt too, I should say.
What was that really long movie?
Oh,
I hope we're not going to see A
Into the
Quiet
Woods.
Place.
It's a musical, right?
Into the Woods. You know what? Now that we're talking about it, why do I like Emily Blunt? I don't like half of her movies. I didn't like A Quiet Place either.
You didn't like A Quiet Place?
I did not like A Quiet Place.
Really? I want to see it, so don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen it yet. But
okay.
You haven't seen A Quiet Place?
No, I have not.
I
Okay.
didn't like the Bird Box movie either.
Was she in Bird Box?
No, it's
That's
just related.
Sandra Bullock.
It's just making me think it's another sensory deficiency kind of thing.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
They're very related.
Yes, gotcha.
I don't like either of them. I just think it's realistic.
Oh, I'm making a mess of things.
And Ray suggested in chat for time travel movies, The Umbrella Academy on Netflix, which I haven't seen, but
Thanks for taking note of that. I've been, I think as I'm getting a little more tired, I'm getting less good at staying aware of chat.
Predestination.
how dare
You'll
you,
see
Peter?
Oh, did you just come up with that, Tyler?
No, I'm reading the chat.
Predestination. Yes, Tim O'Donnell, Predestination. I have reviewed that. That is a really interesting movie. I would recommend you check that out.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It's-
another one.
There's some weird elements to it, so just brace yourself and just say, okay, I'm going to
fine
give this.
with
It's
weird.
going to be off the rails a bit and do some weird things, but I'm going to just take it in and see what I think.
I'm going to suggest one more closed loop time travel movie before I have to get back to bed, but that's Source Code, if you haven't seen it, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I should
Someone
see,
recommended that to me.
I should see that again because I did like it when I first saw it, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
I
And
feel like there was a reason I didn't see it. I don't know.
I think that's an Alex Proyas movie, isn't it? The guy who
Predestination. There are 2 copies available at my library.
oh, sweet.
I will place a request.
Is it the one with the dude?
Oh, there's nudity in it, Peter.
Hold the phone. Is there?
Well, it says it on the MPAA readings. Let me look it up.
Look at the IMDb and get the blow by blow on that.
I wonder if that was my issue with source code too.
Okay.
I don't remember there being nudity in Source Code, but maybe there was? Because it all takes place on a train. So, I don't know. But I'm going to go to bed, guys. This was fun.
Yeah. Thanks
Nice
for talking,
talking to you,
Francisco.
Yeah. Bye, Tim. Bye, Ray. Bye, Ann. Bye, Reed. See y'all later.
Francisco.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Have a good night. Ethan Hawke, Tim O'Donnell says. That's the guy. Is it Ethan Hawke? Make sure it's the movie with Ethan Hawke in it. I don't know if there's another Predestination movie, but it seems like there could be with a word like that.
Yeah, but this one looks like the official one.
Okay.
Let's see here.
All right, so I've checked all the boxes at that location.
I'm getting all my internet off my phone, so I think that's part of my slowness issue. Ethan?
I can recommend a book series for time travel.
Oh.
Which one?
In Times Like These by Nathan Van Coops.
Okay.
He delves quite deeply into really thinking through the rules of time travel and making it consistent. He deals with things like through time because of like Earth, galactic drift and all of that. You're actually not standing in the same place when you arrive in the future, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
He explains that even little things like if you're standing on the front lawn, your feet are pushing the blades of grass down. But if you jump forward 5 minutes, those blades of grass are going to be sticking up, and suddenly they're going to be like embedded in your foot.
Yeah.
Very careful about where they're standing and what they're in physical contact with when they travel through time, because and there's like something intersecting where your body will appear, then that's going to be messy.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I've read the first 2. The first one was people get stuck in the past and have to figure out what it's all about, how to get home, kind of thing. The second one was really fun. It was called the Chronothon. It was actually like but through time.
It was a what but through time?
Like the TV show The Amazing Race, where they get clues and they have to go from one place to another.
Okay, yeah.
It's an American show.
Yes, okay.
Kind of like that, but traveling through time.
Oh,
so they go through ancient Egypt and...
Do you watch that? I know Dad does, doesn't he?
No. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think he does anymore.
Oh, but you like it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
John and I watch it.
I thought that was a dad show.
In times like these. Okay. It's on my Goodreads now.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to find another way around. Or maybe I can I fast travel somewhere that'll get me there easier? I think I just gotta get on a road.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to climb this. Okay, I gotta turn and go this way.
Look up source code. The predestination stuff wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It sounds like it's all kind of dark and hard to see.
Okay, yeah.
But let's see here. Source code. Is it really from 2011?
That sounds about right. I mean, it's been a while. All right. What are you guys guarding? Oh, that didn't work. There we go.
Maybe the library didn't have it. I'm trying to think. Source code looks pretty clean.
Oh, geez. Oh, I heard so. I heard something in the background. I thought it was from my game. I was like, "What the crap is that?" All right.
Got the stream on my phone, and I had to turn the sound off, and that was an ad on YouTube. Browser window because my audio was cutting out on Discord.
Oh.
To plug my cable in. I'm on Wi-Fi at the moment.
All right. Let me try this. 12. What do we got on the +3 page of many topics that maybe we can all talk about? Oh yeah, maybe you guys can all try. This one I really had to think about, so you guys might not be able to think of something, but this is from Francisco Ruiz of the Retro Rewind podcast and a patron over at patreon.com/spiritblade productions. He says, I decided to start shaving with a safety razor in part because of watching Captain Adama use one in the 2000s Battlestar Galactica. I also learned a different way to put on a t-shirt from watching the kid in Flight of the Navigator. Question, did you ever adopt a minor life choice or learned a new way of doing something from a movie, show, or game? And we could even add just books in here since we've been on a book topic. So any form of fiction or entertainment. You ever adopted a minor life choice or learned a new way of doing something from some form of fiction entertainment? I noticed that since watching Terminator movies, I definitely shoot people. I didn't used to do that, but I look for every opportunity to do that. And then aside from that, podcasts during playing video games. And I learned that's the closest I can come up with, I think, even though it's kind of like, it's not fiction, but it's like from podcasters mentioning podcasts and that they like to listen to podcasts while they play games. I kind of picked up that habit. And then, what does this mean? Oh, yeah. And every once in a while, when I'm feeling weird, I'll put on sunglasses and I'll say, roads where we're going, we don't need roads. Because I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if somebody was really super into Back to the Future and they also had like obsessive compulsive disorder, and the way that worked itself out was every time they put on sunglasses they have to say that line that Doc Brown says at the end as he's putting on sunglasses getting ready to take the DeLorean flying off into the skies is, roads where we're going we don't need roads. And then I tend to anticipate tragedy amidst happiness. And I think that is probably the result of the dramatic flow of stories. The happiest moment generally is when the big tragedy will strike in fiction. But the one thing, and I don't know, Corinne, if you can attest to this, but like, my mom tells me that ever since watching The Hulk, the TV series, when I was a kid, that like when I'm really exerting myself trying to lift something heavy or do something that requires a lot of strength and I'm straining, that like right at the point where I'm, I just give all my strength to get the job done, I growl. I like make and my mom attributes that to watching The Hulk when I was a kid. And I've been doing that since before I can remember. So that's really the closest thing I can think of. I thought that was really interesting, though. I don't know. Anybody else? Tim O'Donnell says I started eating a lot of yogurt when I watched Burn Notice. So I guess there's a character that eats yogurt on Burn Notice. That's interesting. I can see that, though.
I can see what you're saying about the anticipating tragedy in the middle of happiness or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of do that, maybe to a lesser degree.
Okay.
It's more like your tragedy in the middle of happiness. Like when things are happy, suddenly my mind starts thinking, what could happen to make this go wrong?
Yeah.
And I think that is because of so many movies and stuff I've watched.
Yeah.
Like that. What was it? I mentioned that I commented on one of your videos about that scene in Terminator 2 where Sarah Connor has that dream and all the people are playing on the on the playground.
Yes. Yep.
Nuclear bomb drops and it's that like I saw that. I don't know how old I was when I saw that, but it's haunted me ever since.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the kind of thing that would count as what Francisco's asking as a minor, like a deep-seated like issue that needs therapy. I don't know. I've never changed my shaving method because of anything I've seen.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Have you gotten any life hacks or other ideas from fiction or entertainment, Corinne?
Think of.
Yeah, I had to think a long time to come up with anything, and I don't feel like any of mine were really great fits for that question.
I suppose in line with what you said about the Back to the Future thing, kind of adopted into my normal language somewhat a couple of kind of geeky quotes.
Oh, okay.
Like if someone will say something I agree with, I will often say "indeed," kind of like quoting Tilk from Stargate SG-1.
Okay.
If my son says something like, I want to go play on the computer now, I'll say, "Make it so."
Oh yeah.
And I just do this in normal conversation, just out and about amongst people, and it's just kind of become normal to me. And I think they must think I'm really weird. Reference, and they just know that I'm a geek.
Yeah.
I can think of.
Interesting.
christiangeekcentral.com